In this last little section, we're going to cover a very famous cancer cell line called the HeLa cells. Back in 1951, an African-American patient named Henrietta Lacks visited with her doctor after feeling some unfortunate symptoms. She was quickly diagnosed with an aggressive form of cervical cancer and died a few months later. The doctor ended up keeping these cells and continued to study them because they grew so substantially well in a petri dish and seemed to divide uncontrollably very rapidly. This was unusual for human cells that usually like to live and grow inside a human body with connecting blood vessels and attached to other tissues. He ended up sharing this cancer cell line with other doctors and referred to them as HeLa cells, using the first two letters of her first and last name. Those doctors ended up sharing these cells with other doctors, and these HeLa cells ended up being used all over the world in many experiments. They were in fact used to develop the polio vaccine, which arguably has saved millions and millions of lives. They've also been used to learn about cancer and how it forms, and used to study HIV, because HIV only infects human cells, and the only way to study it is to infect human cells. And it'd be great if we didn't have to inject HIV into an actual person. So today, we grow HIV and other viruses that can only grow in human cells in HeLa cell lines. We've also learned a lot about human genetics by studying these cells. They are unusually good at growing in petri plates and continue to divide even today. This makes these cells over 100 years old at this point. Why can these cells grow so well? Well, they have the ability to continue to grow, and they seem to not be able to age, partly as a result of the many mutations that they have. This is what makes HeLa cells considered to be an immortal cell line, and there seems to be no end in when they may stop dividing. Well, that's it for our lecture on cancer. I hope you learned a lot, and wish you good luck on your assignments and quiz.